All right, so welcome back. Now we're going to talk about FTP access to the new host for all of the technical chapter, affinity, uh, special interest groups that we have going on. Um, so, one of the main requirements for the new website was that all of the technical chapter, affinity groups, etc., all their sites remain unchanged. And you can see that here right now we're on the Ottawa website. We can still go to EIT, uh, we, and it still goes to the same websites. However, these are no longer hosted in Piscataway. We've ported all of these over to our new host, the same host that the main Ottawa section website is on. So now you guys might be asking, okay, well, if it's moved, then how am I going to access um, my website in order to do updates? So you can access it the same way. Likely you guys were using FTP to get in and change your files. So we of course have had to go and make new accounts for all of you. What we're going to do is we've maintained that list. We have a list for each technical chapter, affinity, etc. And we have a randomly generated password for each. So we've given that to Raid and Ahmed, and they'll distribute that to you guys as need be, so that you guys can still have access to all of your content. So let's see how we can get FTP access. Before you would have gone to the IP of the old host to access it, or just gone to the domain. So you can still do the same thing. So you can FTP into www.ottawa.ieee.ca. And however, now instead of being taken to the old host, you're going to be taken to our DreamHost server, which is the company we're using to host everything ourselves. For a quick example, I'm going to log in as EIT. So the username for EIT is IEEEOS underscore EIT. If you're the chair of a different technical chapter, you'll get an email in the next week or so that'll have your password and your credentials. Everything starts with IEEEOS, and it's usually underscore the acronym for your affinity technical chapter, etc. So let's log in to EIT, and the password is no, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to say the password. And there we go. I'm now logged in, have FTP access, INLS, I can see all of the files. I can CD into the main website. I can see all of the HTML files for the EIT site. And if I wanted to, I could, pull these off. I could put in a new file, just like I normally would with FTP. However, the neat thing is, which wasn't accessed, which you didn't have before in the old site, is you actually go into an FTP jail. Essentially, if you log in as EIT, you're only going to have access to the EIT files. So right now I'm in the EIT directory. If I try to go further back, I'm not actually going to go anywhere. Let's try to go to the root. I don't have access to anything but EIT files. The same thing will be applied to every other technical chapter affinity account, which, like I said, wasn't the case before. Before, if you logged in to make your changes, you had access to everything. You had access to the main Ottawa section site. You had access to all the other technical chapter sites. That's no longer the case. Like I said, you go into the FTP jail. Same thing applies, if you're not a terminal ninja and want to use your FTP program of choice, you can. I'm not going to update those. You can, open FileZilla or whatever you choose to use. Enter your host. Enter your user. password, and we can connect. Okay, what did I do wrong? I missed an E in the host. So you have to have the right host name in order to connect. And apparently my domain name is still invalid because, again, I spelt it wrong. And there we go. I have access to everything. As you can see here, I still can't navigate further back, but I can access all of the GIFs, the HTML, etc., and I can transfer them over. So that's it. You now have FTP access to your old site on the new host. Check your email, and eventually you guys will get the passwords. All right, cheers.